All right. Hello. Happy sunny Sunday morning and happy Mother's Day to any of you out there that applies to. We'll go ahead and get started in a comfortable seat. So you can either sit on your heels or directly on the mat. You're on the mat, legs folded, palms of your hands on your thighs or your knees. And then you can either close your eyes or soften your gaze to a spot on the floor. Checking in with your body, any place where you might hold tension. Check into those spots. So maybe it's your feet. You can wiggle your toes a couple of times. Let them relax. Let your knees fall towards the mat. If you have your legs folded, letting your hips relax. Wiggle your fingers a couple of times. Let them relax. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Soften your jaw, letting it relax. Soften the creases of your eyes and your forehead, letting them relax. And then begin to focus on your breathing. Doing a few rounds of breath at your own pace, beginning by emptying the air from your belly last. Pause there. Inhale, fill your belly. Expand your ribs. Take your inhale all the way to your upper back before you release, exhaling through your nose, emptying your belly last. Take a few more rounds of breath like this at your own pace. And when you take your inhale to your upper back, just make sure you're not shrugging your shoulders, keeping those relaxed, stopping when you feel like you can't take in any more air, and then exhale, release. Then on your next round of breaths, you can set your intention for class today, whether it's something you're working on in your own yoga practice or a feeling that you want to cultivate through your practice and take with you when you leave your mat. Whatever it may be, set your intention now. Then we'll take a round of breath together to set that intention collectively for class. Begin by exhaling all of your air, emptying your belly last. Pause. Inhale, fill your belly. Expand your ribs, open mouth, release. And on your next inhale, you can keep your eyes closed or gently float them open. Then we'll come into a Baddha Konasana, bringing up the bottoms of your feet to touch. Having your heels, whatever distance away from you that feels comfortable. Grabbing onto your shins or ankles, lifting your chest up, elongating your spine, crown of your head towards the ceiling. We're going to take an inhale here. Before you exhale, begin to slowly fold over your feet with a nice long spine until you can't go any further, and then rounding your back, letting your face or crown of your head fall towards your feet or the mat. And paying attention to your hips here, trying not to hold your knees up, but rather let your knees fall towards the mat, really allowing your hips to open. Feeling that nice stretch, beginning of class. And on your next inhale, slowly begin to come back up into a comfortable seat. And stretch your legs out first, maybe shaking them out. And then coming into your tabletop pose, however you would like to get there. Bringing your wrist in line with your shoulders, knees in line with your hips. Really spread your fingers wide. Lift your belly towards your spine. Lift your chest up. Take your gaze just beyond the top of your mat so the back of your neck is nice and long. Then on an inhale, drop your belly, gaze forward for cow pose. Exhale, pull your belly toward your spine, round your back for cat. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze forward for cow. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin for cat. And do a few more rounds like this at the pace of your own breath. Moving nice and slow through your cat and cow. Paying attention to how long it takes you to inhale. And then try to match the length of your exhale. This practice of breathing allows you to really focus on your movements, taking them nice and slow, rather than rushing through. And on your next inhale, come back to your tabletop pose. From here, we're going to come into a modified side plank. So you're going to tuck your right toes and kind of bring those right toes off to the side of your mat. Then you're going to take your left leg, extend it long, placing your foot on the mat so that your legs are kind of parallel to one another. And then inhale, lift that left arm towards the ceiling. Maybe taking your gaze up towards your left hand if you feel nice and steady. Kind of opening your chest here. Take one more inhale here. Then exhale, switching sides. Bring that left hand back down onto the mat. Bring the left knee down, tuck those left toes, walk the toes out towards the side of your mat. And then straighten that right leg parallel to your left. Bringing that right foot onto the mat. And then when you're ready, inhale, extend your right arm towards the ceiling. Keeping your hips lifted up towards the ceiling. Then if you feel comfortable, you can take your gaze up towards your right hand. Really opening your chest. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, bring that right hand back down onto the mat, coming back into your tabletop pose. Keeping the toes tucked on both of your feet, walk your hands a couple inches above where they are, and then lift your knees an inch or two off the mat. Pull your belly button towards your spine, take your gaze towards the top of your mat, and focus on your breathing. Inhaling into your belly first, and exhaling out of your belly last. Poses a little bit of core work and also warms you up for class today. Push into your hands to keep your chest lifted. Take one more inhale here. Then exhale, keep those knees bent nice and deep as you come into your downward facing dog, pushing your chest toward your thighs. Keep those knees bent as your chest comes closer to your thighs. Your ears are between your biceps, pushing weight into your index fingers and thumbs. Kind of turning your biceps away from your ears. And lift those hips up towards the ceiling. Then on your next inhale, walk your feet towards the top of your mat, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, actually we'll stay in your forward fold for a couple of rounds of breath, walking your feet about hip width distance apart. And letting your head hang heavy. Here you can keep a slight or deep bend in your knees. As we're just starting out, maybe your hamstrings aren't quite warmed up enough. Just straighten those legs. Let your chest fall towards your thighs. Maybe come into ragdoll, grabbing opposite elbows with your hands. And nod your head yes, shake it no. Maybe sway your upper body from left to right. Keeping those hips steady. Take one more nice long inhale here. Exhale, release the grip of your elbows. Inhale, bring your palms to your shins or thighs, creating a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, palms to shins or thighs, flat back. Exhale, fold. 1 more time. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, coming into a mountain pose. Shoulders relax. Then from here, grab onto your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, pull your hands over to the right, feeling a nice stretch down your left side, letting your shoulders relax. Keeping equal weight in both feet as you push those hips over to the left. Inhale, come back to center and switch the grip, grabbing onto your right wrist and pulling over to the left, feeling a stretch down your right side, shoulders relax, keeping equal weight in each foot, turning your chest open towards the top of your mat, armpits parallel to the top of your mat. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release the grip of your hands and dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your right hand in the center of your mat, above your toes. Bend your right knee and inhale, reach your left arm towards the ceiling. Maybe bringing a slight bend into that left knee if you need to. Taking your gaze up toward your left hand. That feels okay for your neck. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, fold. Switching sides, placing your left hand in the center of your mat, bending the left knee and reaching the right arm towards the ceiling. Again, maybe bringing a slight bend in that right knee. Maybe taking your gaze up toward your right fingertips and creating a long line all the way from your right fingertips down to your left. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up towards the ceiling, mountain pose, and maybe reaching back for a slight back bend. And then exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step both feet back, coming into a high plank. We're gonna stay in this high plank for a round of breath, bringing wrists in line with shoulders, shoulders in line with hips. Pulling your belly button towards your spine, taking your gaze towards the top of your mat. Take one more inhale here. Then exhale, drop the knees down onto the mat, untuck your toes. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, slowly lower down, chaturanga. Hug your elbows in by your side. Bring your chin, chest, and hips down. Then inhale, lift your chest for cobra. Exhale, lower. 2 more rounds. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. And push back through table or high plank into your downward facing dog. Maybe keeping a slight bend in those knees this time around, or you can pedal your feet, dropping one heel to the mat and then the opposite. Lifting your hips towards the ceiling. Pushing weight into your index fingers and thumbs. Turning your biceps towards the top of your mat, away from your ears. And then steady in your downward facing dog, dropping both heels towards the mat, lifting your hips towards the ceiling. Pull your belly button towards your spine, letting your chest come closer to your thighs. Then on your next inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward into your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, mountain pose. Maybe take that small back bend. And then exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back into that high plank. This time you have an option to keep your knees lifted or drop them down. Wherever you are, inhale, rock forward. Exhale, slowly lower. Hug those elbows in by your side. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Do one more round. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back, high plank. Take whatever option here. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Hug those elbows in. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. That'll be your vinyasa for class. You're always welcome to skip it and go straight to your down dog. Here in your down dog, we'll take one more round of breath, dropping those heels down to the mat, lifting your hips up towards the ceiling. Then inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step your left foot back, coming into a low lunge, bending into your right knee, walking that right foot forward until your ankle and knee are in one line. And then we'll drop the back knee down onto the mat. And from here, lift your chest up, take your gaze forward for your modified low lunge, pulling your right hip back, left hip forward, and then plant your left hand on the mat, on the inside of your right foot, and reach your right arm towards the ceiling, coming into a twist, turning your chest towards your thigh, maybe taking your gaze up towards your right hand. Letting both shoulders relax. And then from here, we're gonna inhale and come up into a twist. So you're gonna slowly lift that left hand up, bringing it parallel to the mat. So both arms are parallel to the mat, palms facing in the direction of your thigh. And you can either keep your gaze off to the side or take it over your back fingertips. Keeping those shoulders relaxed. We'll take one more inhale here. Then exhale, bring that left hand back down onto the mat. Right arm towards the ceiling. Take an inhale here. Then exhale, right hand onto the mat. Tuck your back toes, lift that back knee, step the back foot forward to meet the front, and your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up, mountain pose. With that small back bend. And then exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step your right foot back this time. Coming into your low lunge. Walking that left foot forward until your ankle and knee are in one line. And then dropping that back knee down onto the mat, untucking your toes. Keep your fingertips planted on the mat as you lift your chest up, taking your gaze forward. Your modified low lunge, pulling your right hip back, left hip forward. Left hip back, right hip forward. And then plant your right hand on the mat. Inhale your left arm towards the ceiling. Twisting towards your thigh. Both shoulders relax. Taking your gaze up towards your fingertips. That feels okay for your neck. Then on your next inhale, begin to bring that right arm up parallel to the mat. Your palms are facing toward your thigh. Shoulders relaxed. Gaze off to the side or over your back fingertips. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, bring that right hand down onto the mat. Reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Take one inhale here. Then exhale, bring that left hand down onto the mat. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. This time, step your front foot back into your high plank. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Slowly lowering down. Inhale, cobra, or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Reaching back for that back bend. And then exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot back, coming into that low lunge. Walk the right foot forward. Then once you're situated, inhale, come up into a high lunge. Reaching your arms towards the ceiling. Bending into that front knee. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, twist to the right, bringing your right hand behind you, left fingertips forward. Taking your gaze off to the side or to your back fingertips. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, begin to bring that left hand down onto the mat, reaching the right arm towards the ceiling for a twist. Now from here, you can either come into, we're gonna go into side plank. So I'll tell you where we're going. Into side plank. So if you wanna start from plank, you can. Or the challenging option is to step your right foot back from where it is now. So spin that left foot down onto the side, step the right foot back, stacking your feet on top of each other, staggering them, whichever feels good for you, or dropping that back knee down. And then maybe taking your gaze up toward your fingertips. You feel steady here. We'll take one more inhale. Lift those hips up. Exhale, come into your high plank. And then go into your downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Take that small back bend. And then exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step your left foot back, coming into that low lunge. And then once you're situated here, inhale, high lunge. Reaching those fingertips towards the ceiling. Shoulders relaxed. Right hip back, left hip forward. Take an inhale here. Exhale, twist to the left. Bringing your left hand behind you, right fingertips forward. Palms facing towards the side of your mat. Maybe taking your gaze to your back fingertips. Then take one more inhale here. Exhale, bring that right hand onto the inside of your left foot. We should be doing a lunge on the left side, by the way. I think somewhere I confused myself. Anyway, so your left foot should be forward, right hand on the mat. And you're taking your gaze up towards your left fingertips. And then once again, we're going to come into that side plank from here. And so you can either come into your high plank first or step back, spinning that back foot onto its side, stacking the left foot on top of the right, or staggering the feet, lifting your hips towards the ceiling, taking your gaze up towards your fingertips. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, come into your high plank. And from here, move through your vinyasa. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga, lowering onto the mat. Inhale, cobra, or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose, reaching back. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step your left foot back, coming into your low lunge. And then this time, we're going to plant that left hand on the inside of your right foot. Reach your right arm towards the ceiling, coming into your low lunge twist first. Turning your chest towards your thigh. Then on your inhale, we're going to come up into that high lunge twist, bringing both arms parallel to the mat, palms facing towards the side, taking your gaze off to the side or over your back fingertips. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, bring that left hand back down onto the mat, onto the inside of your right foot, right arm towards the ceiling. And then we're coming into that side plank once again, stepping that right foot back, stacking the right on top of the left, staggering the feet. You can drop that knee down if you'd like. Wherever you are, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Maybe take your gaze up. And then if you want to challenge your balance, you can bring that right leg lifted, parallel to the left. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, high plank. And then downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step forward into your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Switching sides, step that right foot back, left foot forward into your low lunge. Then plant that right hand on the inside of your left foot, reaching the left arm towards the ceiling, turning your chest toward your left thigh, maybe taking your gaze up toward your left fingertips. And then inhale, slowly begin to come up into your high lunge twist, palms facing towards the side of the mat, turning your chest towards the side, keeping your gaze in that direction, or over your back fingertips, shoulders relax. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bring that right hand down onto the mat. Left arm towards the ceiling, low lunge twist. And then making our way into the side plank on this side. Stepping that left foot back, stacking it on top of the right or staggering, lifting your hips towards the ceiling, maybe taking your gaze up. And then if you want to challenge yourself further, lift that left leg up. Take an inhale here. Exhale, high plank. And then move through your vinyasa, rock forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Then from our down dog, we'll give our wrists a break. Come into a child's pose. Dropping your knees down onto your mat, about mat width distance apart. Drop your hips towards your heels. Walk your hands forward. Maybe let your forehead rest on the mat if it reaches. Let your chest fall towards the mat. And then focus back in on your breathing. Nice long inhales. Equally long exhales. And then maybe you can roll your wrist in circles, moving in one direction and the opposite. Let them release. Give them a little bit of a break. And on your next inhale, come back into your downward facing dog. Lifting your hips towards the ceiling, dropping your heels towards the mat. Pulling your belly button towards your spine, bringing your chest closer to your thighs. Push weight into your index fingers and thumbs. Take the weight out of your wrist. And turn your biceps towards the top of your mat, away from your ears. Kind of feel your shoulder blades shifting when you do that. Then inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Maybe take that minor back bend. Then exhale your palms at heart center and down by your side. Close your eyes or soften your gaze for a round of breath. Then inhale, sweep your arms back towards the ceiling. Exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your left foot back, coming into that low lunge. And then this time you're gonna bring your right hand onto the inside of your right foot. Spin your left foot down onto the mat so that your front heel is in line with the arch of your back foot. And then reach your left arm towards the ceiling for an extended side angle. Maybe taking your gaze up to your left fingertips. Really opening your chest up here. Then inhale, slowly come up for a warrior two. Bending into that front knee. Arms are parallel to the mat. Palms face down. Shoulders relax. Peek down at your big toe. If you can't see it, pull your knee over towards your pinky toe. Then inhale, flip your front palm towards the ceiling. Exhale, reverse warrior. Left hand down onto your back thigh. Right arm reaches towards the ceiling. Bend into that right knee. Let that right shoulder relax. Then inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle once again. This time you have the option to either rest your forearm gently on your thigh or bring those fingertips back down onto the mat. And if you want to play with the bind here, you can by first wrapping your left arm around your low back, maybe grabbing onto your thigh. And stay here, or reach your right arm underneath your thigh, wrapping it around to the back, and then clasping your fingertips, turning your chest open. Maybe taking your gaze up. You're in the bind, take one more inhale here. Exhale, plant that right hand back down onto the mat, reaching the left arm up, and then coming back into your warrior two, bending into that front knee. Then inhale, straighten your right leg, coming into triangle, reach your right fingertips forward, so they won't go any further. Then drop that right hand down onto your shin, left arm towards the ceiling. Maybe bringing your top of your right hand onto the inside of your calf. You'd like to take weight out of that hand. Wherever you are, your chest is open. Maybe gazing up to your left fingertips. Back should feel like it could rest on a wall behind you. And inhale, come back up into your warrior two, bending back into that front knee. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, reach your arms towards the ceiling, and then step your back foot forward to meet your front, kind of coming back into a mountain pose. Bringing your feet either hip width distance apart or big toes to touch. We're gonna come into a chair pose, dropping your hips back. Putting weight into your balls of your feet and heels. So you can lift your toes, wiggle them a couple of times. Shoulders relaxed. Maybe coming into goalpost arms. Open your chest a little. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Really pull those hips back. One more round of breath. Maybe sitting a little lower. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, hands at heart center, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling, mountain pose. Taking that minor back bend. Then exhale, dive forward into your fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands and step your right foot back. First coming into a low lunge on this side. And then walking your left hand onto the inside of your left foot. Spin your right foot down onto the mat. So the heel of your front foot is in line with the arch of your back foot. And then reach that right arm towards the ceiling. Extended side angle. Opening your chest up. Maybe taking your gaze up toward your fingertips. And then inhale, slowly come up, warrior two. Palms facing down, arms parallel to the mat. Bending into that front knee. Peeking at the left big toe. Pulling your knee with your pinky toe if you can't see it. Hips and shoulders in one line. Maybe gazing over your front fingertips. Then inhale, flip your front palm. Exhale, reverse warrior. Right hand back onto your right leg or wrapped around your low back. Still bending into that front knee. Maybe taking your gaze up towards your left fingertips. Left shoulder relaxed. And inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Gently resting the left forearm on your thigh or dropping that left hand back down onto the inside of your foot. Wherever you are, right arm reaching towards the ceiling. Really opening your chest. Pushing weight to the outer edge of your back foot. Then you have the option of a bind on this side if you took it on the other. First, wrap your right arm around your low back, maybe grabbing onto your thigh. And either stay here or wrap that left arm underneath you, reaching around the back, clasping your fingertips, and then opening your chest up, maybe taking your gaze up. You're in the bind, take one more inhale here. Then exhale that left hand back onto the inside of your foot, right arm back towards the ceiling. And then inhale, come up into your warrior two. And then straighten that front leg, coming into triangle, reach those left fingertips forward so they won't go any further. Drop that left hand down onto your shin or thigh, reaching your right arm up, turning your chest open, both shoulders relax. And inhale, come back up to your warrior two, bending into that front knee. Then inhale, reach your arms towards the ceiling, step that back foot forward to meet the front. Again, coming into a chair pose. So take whichever option, feet either hip width distance apart or big toes to touch. And then from here, bring your palms to heart center as you sit back into your chair. Pick up those toes, wiggle them a couple of times. Pull your belly button towards your spine. And then we're going to twist to the right, hooking your left elbow on the outside of your right thigh. Hands at heart center, right elbow towards the ceiling. Peek down at your knees. You may need to pull that right knee forward so both are in one line. Still shifting weight out of your toes. Maybe taking your gaze up. And then inhale, come back to center. Hands at heart center. Then exhale, switch sides. Looking that right elbow on the outside of the left thigh. Peek down at your knees. Make sure they're in line. Left elbow towards the ceiling. Really opening your chest up. Shifting weight out of those toes. Wiggle them a couple of times. Then inhale, come back to center. Hands at heart center. Then exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the ceiling. Mountain pose. Then exhale, clasp your hands at the base of your spine. Inhale, lift your chest towards the ceiling. And then exhale, dive forward into your fold. Feet about hip width distance apart. Either pulling your hands towards the back of your mat or towards the ceiling. Letting your head hang heavy. Nodding yes. Shaking no. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, release the grip of your hands, bringing them down onto the mat. And then step back into your high plank. This will be your last vinyasa. Inhale, back forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting your hips towards the ceiling. Pushing weight into your fingers. Pulling your belly button towards your spine. Bringing your chest closer to your thighs. Drop your heels down. And maybe pedal your feet like you did at the beginning of class. You make your hamstrings feel a little more open than we did in the beginning. And then coming back into your steady downward facing dog. Take one more round of breath here. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, drop your knees down to the mat. Come onto a seat on your heels. And then swing your legs around in front of you. Feet facing forward, toes towards the ceiling. We're going to start before we fold forward in a staff pose. So you'll bring your hands next to your hips, fingers face forward, and then just kind of lift, push into your hands to elongate your spine, keeping your sit bones on the mat, crown of your head towards the ceiling. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, slowly begin to fold forward with a long spine until you can't go any further. And then rounding your back, letting your face fall towards your thighs. Keeping your hands on the mat, grabbing your ankles or toes, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And inhale, slowly begin to come back up. Place your hands, fingertips forward, but this time walk your hands instead of next to your hips, about a handprint behind your hips. Bend your knees and place your feet on the mat about hip width distance apart. And from here, you're going to inhale, push into your feet and hands to lift your hips up towards the ceiling, and then maybe dropping your head back. And then we're going to exhale, come back down. Do this 2 more times. Inhale, lift your hips up, drop your head back. Exhale, lower. 1 more round. Inhale, lift, drop your head back. And this time we're going to stay up for a couple of rounds of breath. Really pushing into your feet and hands. Trying to do that equally. Push your hips up towards the ceiling. Take 1 more inhale here. And then exhale, lower down. Straighten those legs once again. Bringing your hands next to your hips. Pushing into those hands for a nice long spine. And then we're going to fold forward 1 more time. Walking your hands forward. Letting your face fall toward your thighs or shins. Grabbing wherever feels comfortable. And letting your head hang heavy. Inhale, slowly come back up. Nice long spine, crown of your head towards the ceiling. Bring your arms parallel to the mat, fingertips forward, thumb towards the ceiling. And we're going to slowly lower down from here. Pull your belly button towards your spine. And then on your next exhale, begin to slowly round your back as you lower down, pushing your feet forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can reach your arms overhead, point your toes for a nice big stretch. And then exhale your knees into your chest. You're rocking from side to side, massaging that low back. Or you can grab onto your knees and create circles, moving in one direction for a couple of rounds, then switching directions. And from here, we'll come into a supine pigeon, bringing both feet down onto the mat, knees towards the ceiling, and bring your right ankle onto your left thigh. Push that right knee away from you, and either stay here or grab with both hands behind your left thigh, and then maybe pull that left knee towards you, keeping your right foot flexed. Keeping both shoulders sinking down towards the mat. Take 1 more inhale here. Exhale, bring that left foot down, switching sides. Place the right foot on the mat, left ankle on right thigh. Pushing your left knee away from you. Staying here, grabbing behind your right thigh, flexing your left foot as you pull your right knee towards your chest. Shoulders relaxing on the mat. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, bring that right foot back down onto the mat. And then hug your knees into your chest once again. And then bring your legs into a waterfall pose. So you're reaching your feet towards the ceiling, flexing those feet, and either keeping your arms by your side, palms face down, or you can lift your hips up and place your hands kind of in a diamond shape underneath your hips. So it'll help you feel a little bit more steady. Shoulders are resting into the mat. Next inhale, lift your hips, remove your hands if you have them underneath you. And then coming into a happy baby for a final pose, either grabbing behind your thighs, pulling your knees toward your armpits, or grabbing the outsides of your feet with the toes. Either staying steady or rocking from side to side. Wherever you are, you're pulling your low back towards the mat so that you can give your low back a nice massage. Let it release any tension. One more inhale here. Then exhale your knees into your chest. Give yourself one last hug. Pulling your forehead towards your knees. Taking a nice long inhale. Before you exhale, release. Extending your legs long on the mat. Letting your feet flop away from each other. The final resting pose of Shavasana. Bringing your arms by your side. Stretched out away from you. Palms towards the ceiling. Maybe lifting your chest, bringing your shoulder blades closer together underneath you before you settle back down. Then we'll do a body scan like we did at the beginning of class. You first wiggle your toes a couple of times and let them relax. Let your feet flop away from each other. Let your hips sink into the mat. You wiggle your fingers a couple of times and let them relax. Let your shoulders and head sink into the mat. Soften your jaw and let it relax. And soften the creases of your eyes, forehead. And then focus in on your breathing. And take these last few minutes of your practice in stillness, appreciating what your body has let you do today over this last hour. And I'll walk you out of Shavasana when it's time. Entering awareness back to your breath. Bring life into your body by wiggling your fingers and toes. Rolling your ankles and wrists. Letting your head drop left, right. And on your next inhale, reach your arms overhead, point your toes for one last big stretch. And then exhale your knees into your chest and roll onto either your left or right side. Coming into your Shavasana feet, your fetal pose. Using this pose as a transition back into your day. On your next inhale, slowly come up into your comfortable seat. Maybe switching which leg is on top. Try to balance yourself out a bit. And with a nice long spine, crown of your head towards the ceiling. Either close your eyes or soften your gaze to a spot on the floor in front of you. And we'll close our practice today and seal the intention we set at the beginning of class with 3 rounds of breath. Begin by exhaling all of your air. Take a nice long inhale, fill your belly, expand your ribs, and open mouth, release. 2 more times. And I invite you to inhale your palms to heart center, bowing your head in gratitude, thanking yourself for showing up on your mat today and for whatever else you're grateful for. And thank you for joining. The light in me honors the light in you.